Shana Tova. Rosh HaShanah in our tradition is said to be the birthday of the world. Not just the start of another new year, but the birthday of the world itself. And on birthdays, we often pause. Some of us take stock. What has been, what might yet be. And if this is the world's birthday, and it is, and if we are Jewish, and we are, we surely do take stock not only of ourselves, but of the world itself. And we ask, how has our world been doing? And what might be our role in caring for it? This year I've heard several people say it's a hard birthday, harder than last year's, because the world is aching. There is shockingly and seemingly endless violence. There are shootings and terrorism and war. There are still hostages in Gaza. There is unimaginable suffering and chaos for the civilians of Gaza. Anti-Semitism continues to rise. And there are all kinds of other deeply concerning hatreds and connected injustices. There is polarization and fracturing. There is fear. There is a climate crisis. And many of us face our own personal trials and tribulations. There is so much in need of tending. And yet, here we are. It is Rosh HaShanah, a day in which our tradition names Hayom Harat Olam. While this is often translated as the day of the birth of the world, it literally means the day of the pregnancy of the world. In other words, today represents a day of celebrating not only all that is, but all that could be in the world. The world is pregnant with possibility and all that might be. And this, for me, is ultimately deeply hopeful. When I think about all that might be, I think about what might I do. And there is much I can do. And I actually feel comforted by this. There is a Chinese proverb that says, "When is the best time to plant a tree?" 20 years ago. And the next best time to plant a tree? Today. In Judaism, our sages echo this idea in a midrash, saying, if you are holding a sapling in your hand and someone cries out, the Messiah is here. First, finish planting the tree, then go greet the Messiah. In other words, the thing that we should do, no matter what is going on, is plant a tree. And we should do so yesterday. But why plant a tree, and why so urgently? As many of us know, we as a people are often referred to as the people of the book. But I sometimes think that a more apt name for us would be the people of Aleinu. Every day we say, Aleinu l'shabeach, l'adon hakol, right? Aleinu, it is upon us. Litaken olam b'malchut shaddai, to repair the world through the majesty of nurture. That's in the Aleinu. Nurture, nurture. Nurture this earth. Nurture one another. This is the path of healing that our world desperately needs, and it will not happen for us. It will happen from and by us. And planting a tree is in and of itself but also metaphorically an act that is entirely hopeful and an act of nurturing. It makes sure that there will be life and food and shade for future generations. It is an investment in the future. It's an investment in life. And it may start as just a little something, but it will become such a big something. And the world needs our investment, our gifting, our commitment to the future and to life, from planting trees actually and also metaphorically. We read in Torah of God creating the world on this very day, 5,786 years ago. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light was good. And in that creation story, God then says, "Let us create humans in our image, B'Tselem Elohim." And then God saw all that had been made, and God found it very good. God seemingly creates with so much ease, "Let there be," and so it is. And at the end of all that creation, God makes one more thing, us. And we are to be like God, and we are, with the rest of creation, seen to be very good. From this first moment, we are given the power to create, to be just like God, and we are told that we are the very good that is in this world. And so, how will we create, my friends? What is the world that we will build? A popular song that I love says, "I am unwritten, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned, staring at the blank page before me. Open up the dirty window. Today is where your book begins." Here we are at the start of a new year, a blank page before us. The book of our lives is wide open. We are unwritten. In this holy season, we get to remove the schmutz of what was in the past year. We get to open up those dirty windows and begin the new book of our lives. And that book can be filled with the investments and the plantings and the nurturing and the creations of our doing that can be a force for healing. And I'm so grateful for this and hopeful about this. But it's not necessarily as easy as it seems. A few years ago, I painted several walls in my house. I thought painting would be easy. Pick up a brush, roll some paint, done. But no, there was prep. Moving the furniture, cleaning the cobwebs, patching the holes, taping the trim. There was so much taping. Mudding over the tape, and finally, I began to paint. But then there were drips. And I had to apply the paint evenly. It's not as easy as it seems. I had to watch out for smudges, if I accidentally bumped it. But finally, the job was done. But it wasn't done, because then I had to remove the tape. And sometimes the tape peeled the paint right off the trim. Or sometimes I found that paint had seeped behind the tape onto the trim. It was so frustrating, and it was always imperfect, and it forever needed fixes, or it seemed so. I thought then about God creating the world. Was it actually as easy as Torah makes it sound? Or was there mudding and taping and drips and smudges and seeping paint for God too? We do see pretty quickly in the Torah story that God has us humans to contend with. We eat that forbidden fruit and we get expelled from the garden. Then we kill our brother, and thus we're reminded that we actually are our brother's keepers. We desecrate and disrespect each other and the earth, and thus God does a bit of a do-over and brings a big flood and cleans the slate and then brings a dove and an olive branch and a rainbow. Yes, God did speak the world into being with a few words, and it actually wasn't perfect and it needed fixes. And yet, as part of that creation, God entrusted us to be part of the healing of the inevitable imperfections that came with making an entire world. My favorite quote in Judaism is from Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, who taught, "On the day that you were born is the day the world could not exist without you." Each of us matters. Each of us is essential. And so, how are we doing with helping the world exist? Some things, countless things, are going beautifully and wonderfully well. Like all of us coming together right here, right now, and all who made this moment possible, and all who make up this community, or all the families that gathered here last Shabbat in our backyard for the most perfect night of connection and sweetness, or at yesterday's first day of the Wisdom Garden Shul School, bringing together children and families from both Temple Emek Shalom and Havra Shir Hadash. This building was literally full of children. But some things, too many things, are not going well. Humanity is having such a hard time of it. And how can we even face, let alone take on, all that needs our help? We can't simply say, "Let there be," and it will be. No. We must wipe away cobwebs and mud and tape and sand and climb up and down ladders and smell bad-smelling paint and get paint in our hair, and paint runs and drips, and we will not be perfect. And we must do this over and over again. I don't actually think the world was meant to be perfect. Maybe God wanted it to be. I know I want it to be. But it isn't, and it won't be. But I'm still going to keep showing up. Aleinu, it's upon me, it's upon you, it's upon all of us to heal the world that is pregnant with possibility, to heal it, however imperfectly, with the majesty of nurture. This is within us to do and has been from the beginning. Poet Mary Oliver asks, "What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" We find the answer in Psalm 89. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, build a world from love. Create it, paint it, write it, plant it, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, such that at the end of each day, or each week, or each year, we might say that what we created was indeed very good. May it be so. Shana Tova. Number 10 in our supplement.
Olam has a Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Olam Chesed I will And you will build this world from love. And if we build this world from love, then God will build this world from love. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Olam Chesed
May it be so.